Good evening, everybody. This is Stephen House, and this is Full Time Devils, and this is tomorrow's transfers today. The video where we take you through a look at all tomorrow's papers and tell you what they're going to be talking about, so you don't even have to bother looking at them tomorrow. So the first one that we're going to talk about today is Eric Dier. So you need a little bit of context with this one. So Jim White on TalkSport was talking about Eric Dier to Manchester United, and he said that he thought Manchester United had bid £40 million for Eric Dier. And then, I mean, this one's quite funny actually. Former Tottenham player Graham Roberts tweets at the show, at Jim White. Jim, just to let you know, Dier is going nowhere, and that is from the horse's mouth. Mourinho not getting his way. Okay, I'm inclined to believe Roberts on that one, because as much as I think Dier could have been an option for Manchester United, I wonder if we have bid and just been told no, or been told too high a price. So I'm inclined to believe Roberts on that. I do think Manchester United are definitely in the market for someone that can play that holding midfielder role. I think Dier would have been alright, but not a massive improvement on Morgan Schneiderlin for me. And then when you think that we only let Schneiderlin go for essentially a pittance in the January transfer window, it seems like a little bit short-sighted for me, when we could have just kept hold of Schneiderlin and found him pretty useful to how we're going to be lining up this season. The next one that we're going to talk about is Vidal. It's the one in the headline. It's a complete and utter retro rumour, isn't it? So Ancelotti has been talking. I supposedly name-dropped Manchester United earlier, but I'm not sure that he did. I've only seen a couple of direct quotes written. I haven't seen a video of him, so I don't know for definite if it's what he said, but they've been talking a little bit about Manchester United, and he said, for Vidal, there is no way. He's our player, and I have a lot of confidence in him. I know there are rumours, and we are used to rumours. He'll stay with us 100%. I'm confident about that. So how does that lead into the Daily Star saying Carlo Ancelotti opens up on chances of Manchester United target Arturo Vidal leaving? That is some hanging shit, isn't it? Let's face it. Like, listen, what is the quote? For Vidal, there is no way. He's our player, and I have a lot of confidence in him. I can't believe that they've tried to make a rumour out of this. I cannot believe that they have tried to make a rumour out of this. This is the most anti-rumour. I mean, look how certain these words are. There's no ambiguity in these words, is there? He's our player, and I have a lot of confidence in him. I know there are rumours. We're used to rumours. For Vidal, there is no way. He'll stay with us 100%. I'm confident about that. That's pretty certain, isn't it? There's no messing around there from Ancelotti. I think he's pretty much hit the nail on the head, and the Star are an absolute disgrace for trying to make a story out of that one. Lukaku gives some quotes to the press association, and they're really good, to be honest. So I'm going to go through a few of these. The one that they've not used, this is a Sky Sports article, but the one that they've not used was the one that we threw out on Twitter earlier today, which is every time me and Paul Pogba would go into the city to have dinner, he would drive on purpose past Old Trafford and keep me like, hey. You got to love that. Paul Pogba, Agent P, hard at work, fantastic. So here's what some of the quotes are from Lukaku in the interview with the press association. We were just on holiday together. At the end of the day, I had to make my own choices. It was the conversation I had with the manager that really convinced me the most, the plans and how he wanted to rebuild the club, and he wanted me to be part of it. I am grateful for the chance. He goes, it feels great to be a Manchester United player. It was something I always wanted. I wanted to play for a club of this stature. Now I am here. I want to take my chance and try to deliver as much as I could for the club. I don't want to talk about personal ambitions. I just want to work hard on a daily basis and win as many games as I can. Not a lot really in there, apart from the fact that, you know, he obviously said it was the manager that managed to convince him to come to Manchester United. I think Agent P had a little bit of a play in that as well. It's obvious that they're very good friends, and I think the fact that they're really good mates off the pitch is going to lead to some really good stuff for Manchester United with them both in the team. The other news that's kicking about this evening that's worth talking about is Hernandez has now been made official to West Ham. And to be fair, most of the United fans are pretty philosophical on it. Like, he wasn't going to start for us. He would have been a decent option. Certainly would have been a good third or fourth choice for us at the moment. But he doesn't want to be a third or fourth choice. He wants to be a starter. So it's not an option for us to go and look at the guy and try and convince him to be a third or fourth option. It's simply not going to happen. So good luck to him at West Ham. I hope he scores every single week, apart from the weeks that he's playing against United. And most of the back pages are running with the Lukaku quotes. And the other thing that everyone's talking about really is Eric Bailly's red card. Eric Bailly's red card, which means that he's going to be missing 3 games, but not quite, because one of them was the final, one of them is the Super Cup, so he's going to miss 1 group game in the Champions League. But it's still an absolute disgrace, because it was quite clearly Valencia that shoved him. Bailly's got his arm out, but at last I checked, holding your arm out in front of people wasn't a red card offence. So UEFA have absolutely took the piss there, as usual. So let's see what you dudes are saying in the comments. Load of Chelsea fans in the comments, it seems. Vidal scored 8 goals since 2015 for Bayern. I don't know anything about football. Is that good or bad? What? Okay, we've got a strange troll in here tonight. Alrighty then. We won't get top 4 unless more signings come in. Cook. Wrong. We are easily good enough right now to get top 4. If you look at everybody else, no one has really improved, have they? So how can you say we won't get top 4? I mean, we should have been top 4 last season. Our chance creation was fantastic last season. Our completion was poor. We've now added the second most deadly striker in the league behind Harry Kane. It's only a 1% difference between him and Harry Kane. So we wouldn't have even needed to make many changes to make sure we got into the top 4. So we're cool. Don't worry about it. Ancelotti said no chance. He did say no chance. I'll give you a wave. Would I take Josh King back? No. A Chelsea fan asking, will Matic join United? Obviously, we have no idea on that. I do think it's the more likely of the midfielders that we've been linked to, in all honesty, though. We need a midfielder who can control the tempo, says Nilesh. That's an excellent point. Yep, I definitely agree with that one. Julia Roberts to Manchester United. Do you know what? I'm not really digging all the MUTV stuff with all the celebrities out there. There's fans out there that they should be going speaking to. Why are we looking to all these random celebrities? I didn't think United was about that, mate. I thought United was about fans, but that's not clearly the case. And also, Julia Roberts has got the same sort of pictures with Real Madrid, so what the hell's all that about, man? When the injuries start, we might be screwed, says Azure. Yeah, we could well be. Would I take Di Maria back? Like, listen, right. I've seen a few people commenting this, and I thought people was joking. I thought they was joking, man. Di Maria back at Manchester United after he refused to turn up for pre-season training. Come on, man. Come on, man. Are you serious? What sort of respect have you got for the club if you think Di Maria should be allowed to come back? Because, for me, once you cross the line like that, I don't want to see that guy back. No way whatsoever. I would rather see us sign Ronald McDonald than Di Maria. What do I think of City being a favourites for the Premier League? Means nothing. Leicester was 5,000 to 1 and won it. No matter what the bookies say. All we need is a Matic type player to free up Pogba, says Corey. That's not a bad shout, my mate. City and Chelsea have strengthened better than us. Wrong. How have City and Chelsea strengthened better than us? Chelsea have just basically told their centre forward to sling it and brought in Morata, who's got jack shit experience. Is that an improvement? Have they improved by losing Costa and getting in Morata? I don't think so. So Chelsea haven't improved. City have bought loads of players up front, top heavy, but they've not improved that back 4. They've bought a load of new fullbacks, but wasn't Pep reinventing the fullback position like 7 months ago? So I'm not even bothered about that because they've got to learn how the new system is. And it was centre half where they was weak. John Stones is garbage, and Kompany's fragile, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, City won the league after 10 games last year. Don't you remember? Forget about City. Joe, I actually think City are going to be fairly strong. But the way people are going on about them you think that they was going to go on an absolute tear. The way City have bought, I expect them to not concede a goal and win every game 5-0. Absolute jokers, man. Relax. City have not strengthened that much. They have not addressed the problems that they had. They need a solid defensive midfielder. They need at least one centre-half. We have no idea if that keeper that they've got is going to be another David James or not. So don't worry about it. Could Blin be the holding midfielder? I absolutely think he could. It's clear that Jose doesn't think like that, though, at the moment. City have spent ridiculous money on one season wonder and a substitute from Real Madrid. Do I think Pep's lost his edge? Did he ever have an edge? He had a really discernible style of play, but did he ever have that winning edge? His teams have always managed to be found out by somebody. There's always someone that's managed to find them out. The fact that he took treble winners Bayern Munich backwards, what he achieved at Barcelona was incredible. But when you look at what people achieved prior to him coming and after he left at Barcelona, he didn't really do it that much better than everybody else around him, did he? That much better. I mean, really. Considering how much they wanted Enrique gone, Enrique won a treble there and they still wanted the guy gone. There, for me, no. The myth of Guardiola being this amazing manager, the guy's a bigger checkbook manager than Jose Mourinho. Don't think so. City have strengthened more than us. No, they bought more than us. That's not necessarily mean they've strengthened better than us. It's a difference. Why not Carvalho? I do like Carvalho. I think that's a good shout. City and Chelsea just want to buy the league, definitely. Could Pereira play defensive midfielder? No, I don't think he's strong. I don't think he's strong enough to play defensive midfielder, but he can definitely play as a midfielder. Who do I think will take the number 10 shirt? Doesn't matter for me. Palmers versus Full-Time Devils. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think our Arsenal Fan TV video is just about to get to 100,000 if you want to go and check that one out. I swear to God, it's going to be the funniest video that you've ever seen from Full-Time Devils. It's absolutely hilarious, and it's worth it just to see Arsenal Fan TV being Arsenal Fan TV. And we do have the semi-final coming out on Friday as well of the Fan League Cup, so make sure you stick around for that one because it's going to get good. Jack Wilshere would do a wonderful... Are you serious? Someone saying cheap as well, 40 million. That's definitely not serious. As Dyer being rejected, from what the ex-Spurs guys say, it looks like it, doesn't it? What's my... Hernandez is back. Well, he's not back for us, is he? Wilshere, when fit, is a beast. Stop it. McTominay stay or out on loan? I think probably out on loan, to be honest. Full-Time Devils versus hashtag. Yep, make it happen. We'll make it happen. Lukaku was a forgotten deal. Maybe Morata... What? And maybe Morata was almost sure joining us. Maybe it could happen with Fabinho. I don't know. I mean, they've sold so many players, Monaco, haven't they, over the summer? They might be done in terms of sales, or they might be happy to continue selling because they've got a load of people lined up ready to come in. Why doesn't Mourinho give Timbo a chance in midfield? I can't answer that. I wish I knew. I thought when he signed his new deal that one of the stipulations, well, I was told one of the stipulations of him when he signed his new deal was that he was seen as a midfielder and not as a defender. But he's only played as a defender since he signed his new deal, so I don't know if they just went, psych! I don't know. Rashford will be our superstar. The work ethic of Rashford is hugely impressing me, and I think he's been pretty good on tour as well. So I'm excited to see what he can do this season. Any news on the Herrera injury? I haven't seen anything on the Herrera injury, actually. I hope it's not too serious. It didn't look like it was a major challenge. I would be devoed if he's going to miss a significant part of the season because he's going to be huge. Vidal, a great option. Vidal would be a great option, but let's face it, Ancelotti has just literally smashed a hammer all over that thing. That isn't happening, so let's not get even carried away with that one. Where do I think we will finish next season? I say in all seriousness that I think United got to go for the league, and I think we have got the ability to go for the league and get it over the line as well. Would I prefer Matic over Renato Sanchez? Considering Renato Sanchez is an absolute myth, of course I would. Keita from Leipzig is more attacking, but yes. Shaw has not been the same since he got his leg break. No, but I think you need patience with Luke Shaw over that, because I think leg breaks are an absolute game changer, and you need it. You need it fixing. Am I going to United versus Sampdoria? Yes, I am. What's my take on Lingard? Lingard, is he that bad? No, Jesse Lingard is not that bad. Absolutely. He's not as good as some of the other players, like, say, Mkhitaryan or maybe even Rashford on the ball. But what you do off the ball is just as, if not more important, because there's more to do off the ball than there is on the ball. What Jesse Lingard offers is options in between the lines, work rate, chasing down the opposition, excellent positioning, absolutely phenomenal positioning. So, yeah, I do love Jesse Lingard. Now, that's not to say that I think he can and should start every single game for Manchester United, but there is a time and a place that Jesse Lingard is used, and he is the perfect sort of squad player. The likes of him and Marcus Rashford are the soul of the club. So if we just get rid of all the connection of players that have come through the ranks at United and the United fans that have stood on the Stretford end with us, then we are no soul, and we're no better than City and Chelsea for me. So people like Jesse have got to stay, and you know what? He scores some important goals as well, doesn't he? We'll do well to get fourth, Jack. Jack, sort your napper out, my friend. We are not going to just scrape in fourth place. Last year we was well better than what our sixth place offering said. Relax. Oriol Romero of Southampton. Yeah, he's a very good player. I like that. That's not a bad shout for a holding midfielder. Do we have enough forward players to compete in top four? Yes, absolutely. Lingard, best off the ball player. I agree on that, mate. Opinions on the Bay suspension. It's a nightmare, isn't it? Because he is far and away our best central defender. So losing a good central defender, especially when he's got a new player to bed in alongside him, I think it is not good for us. We definitely need to be doing that a little bit more. Someone just said he's an England international. No, doesn't mean anything, to be honest. There's Jordan Henderson's the England captain, so I think I'm only about 5 injuries away from getting a call up myself for the England squad. England squad's terrible at the moment. Spend the money. City are splashing the cash and the board. What? Support Pep. Why isn't Jose getting that support as well? How do you know he's not getting that support? Why would you assume that he's not getting that support? Maybe the deals that we're doing are a little bit more complex than the deals City are doing. The window isn't closed, is it? So there's still opportunity for us to buy players. I would rather we take our time and get the right guys in and all that lot. Are our scouts not being listened to or not doing the job? Right, well, there's a process in place. When United want a player, we go and scout that player. We scout that player with a variety of different scouts across Europe and the English scouts that we've got. And if a load of those reports come back with positive, a lot of those reports come back positive, what happens is they will then send coaches to go and look at him. The coach is going looking at the player, or the manager going looking at the player is usually the final thing that happens before we end up getting a bid and all that lot. Once all the scouts have come to the same sort of conclusion that this is a player that we need, that goes to the head of recruitment, which was Derek Langley. I'm not sure who the guy is at the moment. Once everybody's come up with that, I mean, I could go and watch someone if I was a scout for Manchester United and I could say, do you know what? Yeah, that guy. This guy's amazing. Let's go get him. But the head of recruitment is then going to sit down with Mourinho. He's going to sit down with Woodward and he's going to say, right, I've had my team going out looking at all of these different players. This is maybe the rank that I put them in. And then maybe Mourinho looks at that and goes, actually, I would prefer him over him and him over him. So maybe Mourinho rearranges it. And then between them, they give that to Woodward. And they go to Woodward and Woodward goes, right, okay, well, they want crazy money. We're not having that. These don't want to sell. And then maybe that's why you end up with a short list of 4 or 5 players. And then maybe we go, do you know what? Let's go start doing work with these. And we go and do a bit of negotiating with them players, and maybe we negotiate with multiple players at multiple times, and maybe your 3rd and 4th and 5th choice are ones that are willing to come and you could do a deal, but you think you can get your 1st and 2nd choice in, and maybe that's why we delay this a little bit. It's a little bit like a game of poker, so I'm not concerned at the moment. I think buying Lukaku was a fantastic buy. Lindelof has strengthened in the defence, even though that he's not had a great start. My issue with the Lindelof thing is that it's not like we're seeing things that are out of character for him. We're seeing things that are very much in his character, so it's not like he's playing differently to how he played at Benfica. He's playing exactly the same as he played at Benfica. I hope he can pull it together, and I hope Mourinho can train into him to be the defender that he wants. But we definitely do need strengthening a couple of other areas, because we are going to be expected to compete on every single front, because we're Manchester United and mediocrity is for Arsenal. So there we go. Any more questions or comments? Marshall was class yesterday, says Coley Cole. I would like to bolt at United. Say what now? I can't understand why we play Fellaini this often. Elementary mistakes. I think he offers something in terms of a tactical solution, but I agree there's definitely better footballing players out there than Fellaini. Roughly how many goals do I think Lukaku will score this season? I'm going to say he gets over 30. 34. Should we say 34? Fuck it, let's say 34. I'm going to say he gets 34. Right, Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Adam's going to be back with you tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. And tomorrow we've got a live preview for the Barcelona game, so make sure you tune in at that at lunchtime. And I'll see you later.